Hello YouTubers, and today this is a very special review. This is the Product Enterprise not radio controlled, infrared controlled Davros. Now, I've been wanting to get one of these ever since they first came out. I remember actually seeing these in the shops, and I think they were around £40 or £50, so my parents would never ever buy me one, unfortunately. But I managed to pick up this chap off eBay for £15 including delivery. Now, he didn't come with a remote. However, if you have, I had obviously the movie infrared controlled Dalek, so I'm able to use that remote with this Dalek. So I'm going to go through the details second. First, while I've got the batteries in, I'm just going to go through all the phrases. So we've got the speaker grills here, so let's just have a listen.
You will tell me the reason for every Dalek defeat. With that knowledge, I will program them. With that knowledge, they will know their errors and how to avoid them. With that knowledge, there will be no defeats. You have the audacity to interrupt one of my experiments. You will be punished for this insubordination. You will tell me the reason for every Dalek defeat. With that knowledge, I will program them. With that knowledge, they will know their errors and how to avoid them. With that knowledge, there will be no defeats. You have the audacity.
So you can hear it's actually pretty loud, and it does sound like Michael Wisher. Now, whether this is actually Michael Wisher or they've got someone to impersonate him, but it does sound like a lot like Michael Wisher nonetheless. Now, he can move forward. He actually moves forward pretty quickly, and he can spin to the right and to the left. However, just like the movie Dalek, he actually cannot go backwards. Actually, he moves pretty well, actually, compared to the movie Dalek. That may be because he's got a wider base, and he's not as top heavy. He's not top heavy at all. So yeah, he moves really well, actually. Ooh, it's just starting to fall off the desk. But yeah, you can see his motion is really well. Now, when he is switched on, and I'm really glad that they've done this, they've disguised one of Davros's controls as just this little light on here. So rather than having a light at the back, as you did with the movie Daleks, you've got just a little light here. And they've pretty well disguised the infrared emitter on the top as well, the receiver. So that's really nice. The remotes were the same for that. So if I just turn him off, as to not kill the battery. So let's take a look at the face first. And I apologise for those noises. That's just the wind outside. I've got the window open because it's far too hot today. So that head just looks absolutely amazing. You can see like all of the detail, all the wrinkles. They haven't just painted it all in one shade of brown. It's like basically it's being painted in sort of a tan brown and then being given a darker wash over the top of it, and it just really brings it out really nicely. You can see the crinkles on Way's eyes just being even. They've got the little detail of blue in the eye. They've given it a white dot in it for some reason. I'm not quite sure why, but it looks so much like the Michael Wisher Davros. You can see we've even got the microphone with the little wires wrapping around it going up here, and unlike the character options version, this is actually sculpted on here. It's like plugged in so it doesn't flex around and that. You can see the headpiece there, which is actually quite a light blue colour. It should actually technically be a darker blue. On camera it doesn't look too bad, but in real life it's actually a very pale blue. Like, if we just do a comparison to the Dalek Eye Stalk, you know, it looks a lot paler compared to that. It should really, you know, be a darker blue compared to that. But particularly from the side, you can see even his ear sculpt and the nice darker brown and almost black wash. And even to the other side as well. It's really, really nice. You can see the colour of the tunic, as well as all the details of the creases in the fabric as well, and particularly the hand. The hand, they have got absolute bang on, even the pose of it in that sort of shriveled position, and they've even went to the detail of painting Davros's fingernails to be black. However, they weren't actually black in Genesis of the Daleks. That wasn't until Terry Malloy, though I do appreciate the effort. Something weird is that there's only one switch, and I have checked. I thought initially that, oh, maybe the switches have been broken off this one, but no, they're all like this. Is only actually one reg switch, rather than, I believe there was two, like three orangey switches and two switches around here. That might be the other way around, but the rest of the controls are really nicely done. You see, you've got the different coloured buttons and around here as well, and they've quite nicely disguised the speaker holes. You've got two here in the black section. I would have preferred it if all the speaker holes were there, but it's not too bad. It's, it does kind of blend in. I do prefer it rather than having, say, a speaker on the back or something like that. Here it is pretty well disguised, and it's just really, really nicely well detailed. And on the back, they painted this in sort of a yellowy cream colour. Now, it shouldn't be this yellowy. It should be a lot lighter and this almost clear. But they do have the detail of these two sections here, which are painted orange with red. And yeah, that is pretty accurate to actual Davros. And the chair, the actual sculpt of the chair itself is very well done, particularly the sections here, the big gaps between these sections at the back, which are larger, and the hemispheres being closer together towards the front, and also the size of the hemispheres. The hemispheres are smaller compared to a regular Product Enterprise Dalek, and they've even went to the extra effort to not only paint the fender silver, but actually add the bumper bits at the front as well, which is, a real attention to detail. And even on the back of his chair, you can see the silver plate rest, which is part of the wheelchair. And on the bottom, you can see here we've got the two wheels at the front that make him go forward, and a little ball bearing to make him swing round on. So it's really, really nicely detailed, this Davros. And in terms of scale, well, when you put him next to, well, the grey Product Enterprise Daleks, actually, he is in scale. He may be slightly too tall for this scale. I don't know whether he is meant to be in scale with this or not, but I think the scale is pretty good. He does look good next to a Product Enterprise Dalek. Even though this one's in the Destiny colours, it does look really nice sitting him with the other Daleks. So, overall, I really, really love this Davros. I've always wanted one, ever since I was little. I've always wanted this Product Enterprise Davros, and finally, in 2017, I have got one, and I am so happy I've got one. So, that's it for this review. I hope you enjoyed it. If you can find one, I do recommend you do get one. They are pretty pricey on eBay, especially for a brand new one. But, as I say, if you can find a deal with one, I got this one without the remote. If you do have an Inferred Dalek remote like this one, then it will work with this Davros. So overall, that's it for this review. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.